Welcome back to another episode of Survive the Culture Podcast. Today's guest is someone special in the sense of she has helped so many people throughout her years, and she's shown that it's possible even when it seems impossible. She's someone who's a young entrepreneur who's done many things from starting clubs on campus for women to empower themselves, has done things as far as showing you how you could lose weight, provides examples, shows different products that she sells within her business. She is just the overall businesswoman that you would want to work with. Today's guest is Crystal. Crystal is in the building. So we can start off talking about how was it for you in your childhood? Like, what are some things that occurred during your childhood that, made you into the person that you are today?
So my childhood was not normal, like not like everybody's average childhood. I was moving around a lot. So I lost my mother when I was 5 due to domestic violence. So when I was 5, she got stripped away from my life. After that, I moved with my dad, who was like originally from Kentucky. So he's like a country guy, but he also did construction work at the time. So we used to move around a lot. Like I've been to like 7 different schools, like from high school, from like kindergarten to high school. I've probably been to like 5 to 7 different schools. And then in 5 to 7 different states and cities and stuff like that. So I'm originally from Texas. So I was like raised out there for a little while. Then I moved to Kentucky and was raised out there. Then I would move around to like Georgia. We lived in Vegas for a while. We lived in, where else? Kentucky. We lived like all over in Kentucky, now like in Cincinnati. So, and then I was in Jersey too. So my childhood was very like on the move. Like I could wake up one day and be in this city, and the next day I would be in a whole different new city, new school, new people at like the age of 5, age of 6. So that was like, it was pretty abnormal. That was like my stability of it for my childhood, I guess you could say.
With all of the moving, do you have like a favorite memory from your childhood?
A favorite memory? I guess when we lived in like Kentucky, my dad, he would always like every Saturday, every Sunday, we would always go bowling or go skating or something. Like so we always did something as a family. It was me, my brother, and him, and we would just always like do some kind of family activity every weekend. So like Saturdays we would go bowling, Sunday morning we would go to the movies or something like that. So I liked that because we had a lot of bonding time, and it was like our little tradition. As much as people have traditions, we don't really like celebrate every holiday or do all those things. So having that little piece was probably everything for me in my childhood. For sure.
That's dope. I enjoy that as well. For those who don't know, what is your nationality? For those who may question.
Yeah. So you got to guess first. What do you think? Or do you know?
I know. That's why I don't want to give it to
Oh,
them. So yeah.
I just love when people guess because they always like, it's just a broad spectrum of things that I get from people. But I'm actually Haitian, so shout out to my Zoes, rep the Haiti flag for sure. I lost Creole, so sorry to all the Haitians. They're like probably Creole, blah blah blah. But I know, I know a little bit. I know bits and pieces, and then I'm also like half American, like white American. So, but it runs like French, German, like Native American, just like a whole bunch of different things. So, but from the pure, like my dad is white, my mom is black. So,
Hey, that's a great mix. Transitioning a little into the women empowerment because I feel like that's very needed right now. So, to you, what does that mean to you? What does women empowerment mean to you?
so women empowerment for me is just sticking together as girls and women in this crazy world. Because like for me, in my own opinion, I don't want to create any controversy, but women are the most suppressed like species like on the planet. So they're really suppressed, they're oppressed, and I feel like a lot of people don't know that or see that, or people like can go against that. So women empowerment for me is just sticking together as a unite front, no matter what. We're all on the front line together. Whoever falls, we're still gonna pick you back up. You could fall face down in front of everybody, and I'm still gonna be there to like pick you up. And I would want somebody to do the same for me. So that's why I love about women empowerment. Like people, girls and women that are collectively like in that kind of mindset, I like can attract well to, because they already know like certain morals, certain values, or like certain ways I move about life, because they have that same kind of mindset. So women empowerment for me is just like being on the front line together, falling face down in front of everybody, but getting back up to be 10 times better than when we fell. So that's how I guess I look at it a little bit.
Hey, that's a perfect response. What I was gonna ask is, at what age did you realize the importance of women empowerment?
Right. So I think after my mother got killed, I think that's what hit me, but I didn't realize it. But then I started like tutoring a lot. I started mentoring like when I was I'm gonna say I started like in 7th grade. I've always been like this like woman kind of leader. I always felt like I was very shy. It's actually really crazy. I was actually really shy, but if anybody was more shy than me or couldn't talk, like for some odd reason, I would always be the one to like stand up and do that. But other than that, I feel like, I guess I guess before my freshman year, but I guess like it started evolving my freshman year in high school, because I started joining like women empowerment organizations, and then I circled into like creating an after school program at a grade school with like girls from like 3rd to 5th grade. Just like every week I would go out and meet with them and just like put together little itineraries and activities for them to do, just to feel connected like after school, because it was in a troubled part of town that I lived in. So a lot of the girls there, they didn't have like both parents, or they didn't have like, it was a lot of like family problems that they had. So I just tried to like bring a piece of what I could do for them. So I guess when I was like 13, 14, and then I started that organization when I was like 16, 17. And then I went to Rutgers and I helped my friend and a couple of other friends start a women empowerment organization on campus. And I was like 18, 19. So I guess like starting at 14, I really started evolving into that.
That's perfect. What I would ask is, what is some advice you would give to women who really struggle, I guess, with voicing their opinion on certain topics?
I would just tell girls like, girl, just be bold, because listen, honestly,
Yeah.
don't nobody care. Honestly, nobody cares. Like, and people care more when you're shy. People care, like people look at you more when you're weak and everything like that. So I'm like, me, like I used to be scared to I guess like talk in front of the class, or like raise my hand and like answer questions, like little things. Like I could go present in front of the class actually, but I couldn't like raise my hand and say certain things sometimes. So after a while I was like, why does it even matter? Like if I get the answer wrong, who cares? Like half these people probably didn't know the answer anyway, and if they did, they didn't say anything. So like you just got to have your own voice regardless, because people are always going to judge you for you. Like, so if you're quiet, they're going to judge you. If you're loud, they're going to judge you. So you just got to kind of, if you have a voice about something, just shine light on it, because people need that. Like we need people that are vocal about whatever in life. And it's like, if you strongly feel like an opinion about that, just be bold, because whether you're right or wrong, you were brave enough to do it. And that's what people respect you for most, I guess. So you just got to have respect for yourself and just be bold for yourself to really just get you far. Like, don't worry about everybody else. Their opinions don't cut you a check. Their opinions don't do nothing for you. So that's just how I feel about it.
How do you feel that women working together, how do you feel that it changed over the years?
Over the years, I feel like now I want to say women are like trying to be more collective. I feel like that's a trend kind of now, to be like collaboration with women, but that's not a bad trend. It's a good trend to really unite us all together. I feel like not even a trend, because back in the day, like the Women's March, and like there's all these other different historical events that happen, but it was just like, I feel like competition is so big amongst women, like competitiveness, and that's cool, but I like what I do because we turn it into like a healthy competition, and we just like help everybody get pushed past their limits, and just not like settle for what they think they can do, but actually settle for what they could do best. Like, and that's what you're settling for. So that's what I like about it, from then to now. But I feel like it's circling back around. Like women have always tried to be collective together, but it's that competitiveness and that cattiness that can get in the way of a lot of women like organizations and support. for sure. But overall, healthy competition.
Hey, that's always good. Transitioning a little into the business aspect. What I would ask you is who inspired you to really want to work with other women?
Who inspired me? I guess I don't. I don't think I have like anybody in particular. I just feel like that sense of loss or that sense of like void that I was missing. I've always felt like it closed a little bit more when I was doing things like this, or like it was feeding something more to me when I was doing things like this. So for me, like no one like I didn't have a role model, so I didn't have someone to look up to because I lost my mother young, and I wasn't really around a lot of women daily, like checking up on me, doing certain things. So I have a lot of family, but they live far, so just like that distant relationship, I don't think nobody really like inspired me. I just think that pain and that void just inspired me to like want to do this for other girls because I know how I felt and I knew I wasn't the only girl that felt like this. So I think that's what kind of helped me evolve into that.
Okay, so I know you work with other women within a certain company. So can you explain to people who don't, have a clue about it? Can you basically explain, what the company does, what they provide for other, just people in general?
Right. So I work for I guess I work with a company called Total Life Changes, and it's a health and wellness business. This business was started by a guy named Jack Fallon. It was around in like 1999. So I think it's been around for about 20 years. It's a network marketing industry. If you don't know what network marketing is, it's just like working with people and just really building an organization together for everybody to like, get the paychecks they never thought they could ever receive. So it's a health and wellness business. They have like over 50 different products that help people with like weight loss, weight management, skin, hair, nails, even like just any kind of health issues, health problems that you have, they have a product for it. So, but they really started this company because they could have just easily went to Walmart and was like, cut me a check for this much and you can distribute my products. But they really wanted to allow like everyday average people to just really be able to make it their own and just like really have a success story behind it. So now, like, I think for them, it's a health and wellness company that's helped to with your health, but it's also trying to balance your wealth and just like, have the life that you never experienced because like a 9 to 5, you're getting paid the same, hourly or the same salary, and you could probably be doing the most work out of the next person that you work with, but you guys are getting paid the same. So I like this business because you can enroll and just have your own independent business, be your own independent business owner, and build the check that you want while working with the team. So I think if that didn't sum it up enough, they just like want to see families win. They just want to have success, and they just want to help the people and like lower the unemployment rates really around this time. So that's the company I basically worked for. I think I've been involved with it for about a year now. It's probably been a year, a little over a year. So
You already answered the next question. I was going to ask that actually. So that's good that you already had answered it. What I would say is, what you kind of answered it in the last question, but how do you feel like teams work together to really sell a product?
right. So the way our team works, we love giving away money. We love giving away money. We love giving away like just free things. So our team, like I'm on a team with like the top earners. Like I'm connected with like the top earners in the company. So I'm like super grateful that I ran into these people. Um, but we just love to do challenges. So we're all about like 30-day challenges, like fitness challenges, body transformation challenges. And that's kind of how it sparked my interest because I was in a $10,000 giveaway with my team for Coach Stormy. Coach Stormy was like giving away $10,000. If you guys don't know who Coach Stormy is, she is like the biggest shark in the company. Like she put the company on really, and she's making a lot of money a month. So basically, when I joined into her 10K challenge, this is when I first started. And there was like 8 girls that I was partnering with. Well, not even girls. These were grown women. I was like the youngest on the team. They're like grown women. So I was partnering with them, and we had like we had 3 of the girls enter their transformations. We were just always like, as a team, we would work out together every Sunday and like, just make sure we were all consistent. So, but we entered 3 girls on our team and they ended up winning. So we all got to split $10,000. That was like the peak of like our team. So that was super dope. Just being able to talk to Coach Stormy, like as a team, like being in my coach Bianca Sade right now, being in her apartment where she was now, like we all linked up together. We got on the phone with her. She's like gave us like words of wisdom, and I think that's just what really launched our team to want to go farther with us. And we really just started seeing like, wow, this can really change people's lives, like physically and financially. So I think that's how we work together well. It's just by like, make sure people are consistent, disciplined, in a routine, and maybe win a little cash at the end. So
it's always better, I feel like, when there's some cash involved, you know what I'm saying? So what I would ask you is about products. Do you have any specific products you can tell us about?
We got a lot of different products. Let me try this. So the first product we have, I'm just gonna put this. This is our first product, and this is like our number one like selling product. So this product is our original ISO tea. So this is like a cleansing tea that helps detox your system. It helps with your gut health. It helps just relieve all that toxin, all the you know how you just eat White Castles, you eat Wendy's, you eat
bad food,
at night, just those sweet cravings that you have, but they're not moving out your system because there's no digestive process to it. Like, so this really helps you move all that extra weight, all that extra bacteria that's just sitting in your stomach. You drink this like 15 to 30 minutes before you eat your next meal. And then you drink a bottle. So you put 2 sachets, like they're like Crystal Light packets, right?
Okay.
So you'll put like 1 sachet in 8 ounces of water, 2 sachets in 16 ounces of water. Drink it 15 to 30 minutes before you eat. And that food that you digest then is gonna help push the toxins that are in your stomach out with the ingredients in this packet, right? So you can drink this like 1 to 3 times a day. Some people do like 8. It just depends on your like body. And we have like different flavors. So this is like the lemon flavor. We have the lemon flavor. We have the original flavor. And then we have the raspberry tea. I don't know where it is right now, but these are the 2. So we're like we're like the number 1 company. No other company has CBD detoxing tea. So like we're like the only company that has it. So people love this detoxing tea because I don't know if you know what CBD is, but yeah.
We're going to get into that actually.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, the CBD, it just helps release your body, relax your muscles. It does all these things. So that's one of our top selling products. Then we have like our natural raw energy. And these are like capsules. They're like capsules. You'll just like take one. It's like a pre-workout. Or I'm very indecisive sometimes, or like I can like have anxiety. So this helps relieve like mental clarity. It helps you focus more. So when I take one of these, like I know yes or no to every single question. Like there's no slight glimpse of just anything. So this is probably my favorite thing. And a lot of people, you burn up to like 300 to 600 calories on it. So a lot of people, in this one capsule. So that's dope too. So I used to be like a Starbucks drinker, and I was just really into like energy drinks. But once I got this, like I threw that out the window because I don't know about you, but after a while I start getting jittery. I start crashing off. With this, it feels more natural. So that's one of my favorite products. I won't talk about all of them, but I'll just say a little bit. And this is like our weight gaining product. So I use this right now because I'm trying to, summer coming up, slim, thick out here, trying to get the body that I deserve. So yeah, this is like our vegan protein powder. It's vanilla flavor. I really like it in my protein smoothies. I don't know if you watch my story. I've been making my protein smoothies.
Of course. Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I put this in there, and then the Tachui is like a spirulina powder. So it's like the most healthiest like superfood if you like search like what's in it. And it helps increase your appetite. It helps build muscle mass. It helps, just do all the things that I need done. Okay. So that's what I use. That's another product. And then we have some CBD products, like besides the tea. So we have this. This is like, these are like CBD drops. So they're called Harmony Drops. And these are my favorite too, because I get really tense throughout the day. Like luckily my shoulders are relaxed, but normally they're like up to my ears. They're normally like up to my ears, and I'm just like always tense, and I'm just always like, again, anxiety too. So this helps relieve your body of like anxiety. So this helps to control my mood swings, like mood control, and it helps just like relax my shoulders and just like relax my body, just to like just be relaxed, you know. Like sometimes I'm the very like uptight person sometimes, so just to be relaxed I take these. So that's what I love. And then we have like a topical cream. I don't have that with do I have that one? Yeah, I don't have that with me right now, but that one is as like a rub, and you just like rub it on your muscle plane. So I like pair it with the Harmony Drops just to like, you know, do a little bit more to relax my body. Lastly, resolution drops. People love this. We call it lipo in a bottle. So that's the seller. That's how, like, you know, we're all about marketing. So we always have like creative marketing strategies too. So people love this because a lot of my clients and like customers, they like lost like 4 to 8 inches in their stomach. They like dropped 16 pounds just using these, you know, things like that. So they really like this. You just put it under your tongue, just like the other drops. You just put it under your tongue for like 30 seconds, and you take them like 1 to 3 times a day, and it suppresses your appetite. So I love the products. That's just a couple things. We have like 30 more, but that's just all that matters right now.
Question. If people want to purchase the products, where can they purchase it? Are they able to contact you about it?
Yeah, so I personally, like, our business, we personally have like our own home-based businesses. We also are like, it's like an affiliate marketing too. So we actually have our own website built that they built for us, free website, when you sign up. And, you know, I just have like a site that people can purchase, link in my bio. It's 2020. If you ain't got a link in your bio, it's time to get right, because you're leaving money on the table. But yeah, so I have the links in my bio, and then I have products like in my house. So I like, you know, have my own home-based business as well. So Instagram, phone number, email, like I accept all, like whatever, however people reach out to me, because a lot of people reach out to me differently. So however they reach out, I just, you know, give them what they need.
What I was gonna ask you is just transitioning back into the whole fitness.
Mm-hmm.
At what age did you get into fitness?
Oh, that's so funny you asked that. Because my story actually, fitness has always, like, I've always been into sports. Like ever since I was younger, I started just like I would be in gym class, but I would always be in the more advanced gym classes. Like it would be like like you had gym, and then you had like fitness class, or like health fitness, like physical, like whatever. So I was always in those classes because I was in sports, or I just wanted to be in those classes because I've always liked to work out. So I think ever since I was younger, like I think when I was 7, I started playing soccer. I think I was like terrible, but I was like terrible at soccer. But actually, I wasn't bad. It was the fact that you have to run back and forth. Oh my gosh, like that was just too much for me. That was too much for me. So then I entered into basketball. I was pretty good at basketball. I'm more like of a shooter than like defense or whatever. So
Okay.
that was a good thing. And then track. Track is like, I'm a track girl. I love track. I did track in elementary school. Then when I went to high school, I did track from sophomore year to my senior year. From my sophomore year to my freshman year of college, like I did track. So I'm really a track girl. So fitness to me, like I just loved just like being a part of the team. I just loved working out, like, you know, just all those different aspects to it, I guess.
Okay, even continuing with, I know we briefly talked about, CBD.
Right.
So for those who don't know, what are like the most things that it can help you with? Like I know you had mentioned a few things, but are there more things that it actually helps with? Because I know sometimes people look down upon it. Like obviously everyone has their opinion on it, but for those who aren't informed, can you let them know more things that it does for a person?
Right. So people like look down upon it because they don't really know the research behind it. Um, so you know, like the marijuana plant, you have THC, and you have half of it is THC, the other half is CBD.
Yeah.
So people look down on CBD because they think it's THC. Personally for our products, we only, in one of the bags we have less than like 1% in the bag. I think it's like 0.003 THC, but it doesn't show up in a drug test. So like we have a lot of doctors and like all these different people that use the products. And then so I think like people just get confused with the marijuana. It's just CBD helps with like your cannabinoid systems. Like I don't know if you guys know this, but in your head you have like in your brain you have like a cannabinoid system. So the CBD helps target, and that your cannabinoid system helps just like with your mood swings. That helps with your body. It's just like the receptives that go to your body to tell yourself like you're relaxed, you're okay, like things like that. So so I think people, so for CBD, it's actually really good for you. We even have a lot of different testimonies, a lot of different stories about people that have like ovary cancer, people that have like testosterone, like, you know, trouble with their testosterone, things like that, like just very severe, like diagnosed things from their doctor, but they did this 30-day challenge and they stopped taking the medicine that was prescribed to them and actually took our CBD products, including some of our other products together. And they said these products help them feel way better than the medicine that's prescribed to them. So I feel like people just don't do enough research to see what actually helps their body. A lot of holistic people, like in holistic healing and health like that, it's all CBD has been like a number one thing to just basically like drive down people's like symptoms and just drive down just like the pain that they feel. So I think it helps with a lot of different things. Like it's like a wide spectrum. Like it helps with like arthritis. It helps with like just, you know, anxiety, depression, and all these different things. So I think the connotations behind it is just, again, because people don't do enough research on it. But it's a herbal extract and it's natural. So I'm all about numbers. So it's going to be like a $20 billion industry in the next 4 years. So it's like, if it's going to be that big, obviously it's doing something well for a lot of different people. So that's how I look at it too. Yeah.
Transitioning, because I know we had spoke briefly about college in the beginning. So how do you feel like college helped you as far as business go? Were you able to spread the word easier on campus, or how exactly was your experience with that?
Yeah, so Rutgers North, right? So Rutgers, I think college definitely is a big, like, it's a big way to network with a lot of people at one time. So definitely, when I first started school, I was like a psychology major because I like really like knowing how people act and like their minds and their bodies and like how all that works. But after a while, I was like, all right, I need to be able to graduate with a degree in 4 years where I could make sure it's going to be useful. I'm making money. And so I went into the business school and I'm studying finance now. So I feel like from what I've learned, I was just taking a lot of the basic classes, but I learned about marketing. I learned about business ethics. I learned about like, you know, managerial accounting, all these different things, management skill classes. So I've had all these classes. So I feel like doing what I do now, I actually put those things that I learned in class to use. So I feel like college really helped me just like brush up like leadership skills, management skills, how to just do business, conduct business. And I can always go back and look at my PowerPoints and my slides. So that's pretty dope. But also when I first started, I never thought I could sell anything. I really didn't. I never thought I was a businesswoman or people would buy anything from me. But when I started selling the tea, I would just, on campus, I would, you know, I helped my friend start this women organization. So that was a good lead way because we would have meetings and stuff. So I'd bring it up here and there. But then I used to vend a lot. So I would vend on campus a lot. They're like, Crystal, like, you do this now, you do this now. So I feel like the word traveled really fast and it helped my business like up more. And that's how I got a lot of different people on my team. So that was, I think it was a good advantage. It was a good advantage. It helped me with my business a lot. And I think it's just, yeah, it was just a leverage for me. So.
Continuing with that, were there any difficulties in the early stages? I know you mentioned like about people might not buy from you or if you didn't know how to sell, but if there were any, how did you overcome those obstacles?
So yeah, oh yeah. In the beginning, oh yeah, I think about, the thing about business is like, yes, it's entrepreneurial skills, but a lot of like entrepreneurial skills are just like natural skills that you need. Like, just like, just being organized, being disciplined. Like these are just traits that you need in general. And if you don't have those, it's going to translate into your business. So when I first started doing this, I was like all over the place. I was all over the place. Like I was modeling, I was school, I was health, I was this, I was that. And then I was trying to have a life. And then I was trying to, transition into that adult life and like doing all these different things. So I was very, like, I've always been a procrastinator. Like I would procrastinate a lot, but I'm like really good at winging stuff. So like, I thought that was okay. Like, I was like, procrastination was big. Discipline was big. And just like, I guess like confidence all the way in myself that I could actually do whatever I put my mind to. Like, I know my dad always tells me these things and like, but I had to believe it for myself. He wasn't in my face every day. He didn't see me do my business every day. So I was at LA Fitness and I was like bending by myself. And I don't know why, sometimes I psych myself out. I was all in my head. I was standing at the bending table. I was like shaking. I didn't want to go inside. Like, Aww. It was so bad. It was so bad. But I still went and actually turned out really, really well. So I think all the things that I went through, like all the obstacles I went through in the beginning, it really helped shape me into how I am today, and it's helping shaping me even more when I go forward. And I'm like, all the flaws that I have, I feel like a lot of my strengths weigh those out when I actually like feel like I'm good at this and good at that. Like just pushing myself past my comfortability. That's something I've always been good at because of me moving around a lot and all these different things. So I think everything that I faced in the beginning, I'm overcoming. There's still things I could do better, but from then to now, I could see a change, and I'm just like excited to see where I'm gonna go next for sure.
I see you had mentioned about modeling. At what age did you get into that actually?
Oh, modeling. So the modeling thing, like, so I've always wanted to be a model, like since I was, I think, this is when I wanted to be a model. The Halle Berry movie Catwoman that came out.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, so I seen Catwoman and I was sold on Black excellence. I was sold on like a Black beauty, like badass queen. Halle Berry was like badass in that movie. So that's when because I want to be an actress too. Like I want to be an actress and I wanted to do modeling when I was younger. So after I seen that movie, like I told my dad, I was like, oh my God, like look at her. She looks so dope. Like I want to be like her. I want to be like her. So I think that's the moment that sold me on it. And then like a couple of days later, I think we were at the movies one day, our regular tradition, like one Sunday. And they used to have a lot of people, like scouts posted up at like the movies or the mall or like whatever. So I got scouted for this one modeling agency when I was 12, I want to say like 11, 12. So I went to modeling school for like a year. It was like a year program. So I went to modeling school. I graduated from the modeling program and they wanted to sign me a contract, but my dad didn't think I was ready because I was very late. I was late to everything and I just wasn't punctual. So my dad was like, in modeling, you have to be like 30 minutes early. You have to be 15 minutes early. So he didn't think I was ready. So I didn't do it after that, but I learned a lot. I learned how to I learned how to runway walk. I learned how to do some makeup. I knew how to just talk. We used to have to present in front of a screen and just do like communication skills and all these different things. So I started with that and then I stopped after that. And then I think I picked it back up when I got to college, actually. When I got to college is when I started like really doing it again. So I'm still fresh to it. I'm still new. I'm still trying to get better at it for sure. But yeah, so I think I started then, but then I carried it into college and now I'm doing it now. So
that's perfect. I think we really talked about so much. The last thing I want to ask you is, do you have what are your future plans, whether it be business, whether it be modeling, whether anything? What are your future plans / goals that you want to accomplish?
I have a lot of things I want to do. I'm just trying to see what I'm going to allow myself to do. Basically, I really want to so now I'm trying to do this brand influencer wave. Like a lot of people hit me up for brand promo now. Well, some people hit me up for brand promo now. People hit me up to be in their skits and their movies and their videos. Just a whole bunch of different projects that always float through. So I'm just gonna see where it goes with that. A lot of business owners that are starting their lines, they want me to do different modeling things for them. So I'm just gonna see like where this opportunities take me, and if not, like just keep building my resume and then maybe get signed to like an official agency once I think I'm ready. And I build up like, you know, a good portfolio for myself. So I can't really say too much, but I'm on this brand influencer wave. I'm on this like business owner. I want to be like a serial entrepreneur. So that's the goal for sure. So that's how I feel today and yesterday. So we'll see how I feel tomorrow and next week. But that's how I'm feeling. Like that's honestly overall, that's the journey, and that's the way I'm trying to go. So
That sounds good. Where can people contact you? Like, how can you be reached?
So you can contact me on my Instagram. Follow me at Crystal Couture with 3 E's at the end. I tend to use Instagram a lot, so that's the best way to contact me. If it's about business, crystalcouturetv@gmail.com. That's like my business email. Yeah, so those are 2 platforms that I'm on every day.
Hey, you guys heard it here first. Crystal, I want to thank you for being a part of this episode, a part of this podcast. I truly appreciate it. You guys heard it here first. Everything.
Thank you so much for reaching out. Grateful. You know, we're in school together, so it's dope to see you doing big things over here.
Thank you.
I love the name too, Survive the Culture. That's definitely needed in this.
Oh.
In this, yes. You know what everything.
Yeah. It's a deep meaning behind that. A lot of people don't know about it, but hey, long as you're on the same page, I appreciate
I love it for sure. So thank you for having me. Thank you everybody for watching. Make sure you go follow me. Try some health products. Try to, you know, just up your brand and let's just network. I'm always down to connect. So whoever wants to do something next, let's just keep going. Thank you again for having me.
Hey, y'all heard it here first. I appreciate you for being a part of it. And with that said, we out with this episode.